Predictably, the pundits on GBNews are desperate to try and get some people together. They've got a group of complete non-entities being quizzed at the moment, and a few minutes ago they had someone insisting that Boris was not disgraced, that Boris was now in a position to speak freely, and that Boris was not clubbable and therefore had chosen a bad group of MPs with whom to surround himself. He'd chosen bad advisors. He's been stabbed in the back. And this will remind people of the chaos of last year. One interesting thing that's come out of this, and I didn't realise, is that Nadine Dorries gave the Whip's office about 2 minutes notice before she resigned, and Boris gave them absolutely no notice before he resigned. It came out of the blue completely. So neither Boris nor Nadine is going to be thanked by the Conservative central authorities, and the whirlwind literally has begun, and I'm sure Nadine is only too happy to be associated with Boris in this exit. In her eyes, I'm sure she will be united forever, like a sort of Romeo and Juliet ending. The point is, she is an irrelevance, and Boris is the story that will dominate tomorrow's headlines. Boris has catapulted Nadine Dorries off the front page, and I must say, I think that's rather entertaining, because Nadine Dorries trusted Boris, but in the end Boris looks out for himself, and he's catapulted everybody off the front page, even the honours stories, even the story about a bully being rewarded with a damehood will be off the front page. The front page will literally be dominated now by Boris, and there's going to be a lot of journalists in what is not Fleet Street desperately cobbling together copy to provide the equivalent of Boris's obituary. And what will he do now? Because I don't suppose he will be welcomed back to write his column in the Daily Telegraph. I suppose he can write books, and I suppose he can do the round of after dinner speaking. He's good. I mean, he's a tremendous orator. He's a tremendous entertainer and raconteur, and I'm sure he will find a way to make all of this into a very tidy and very entertaining story. But for the moment, he is a failed prime minister in a big way. And I think not as big as the Trump downfall, because I think Trump doesn't have any hinterland. There's nothing there to go to except golf. With Boris, there is a creative side, and he writes engagingly, and he has a lot of energy, and of course he's got a new house. But I don't see him back in the House of Parliament, and I think the stupidity really is that he didn't take a sideways move into the House of Lords when he left number 10. That way he would he would probably have avoided a lot of this, but he was surrounded by sycophants who thought that he had a chance of coming back as Prime Minister. Now we can say absolutely there is no chance, none at all. But I don't think there was a hope in hell from the very beginning.